is Anissa Michaels, and for my informative speech, I'm going to talk about gun control. Now, I'm not here to persuade anybody one way or the other. I'm here to inform about different groups. Gun control. First gun, 1326. The genius who realized that gunpowder could be used as a propellant remains unknown. All we do know is that the first illustration of a piece of ordnance occurred in Treslate by one Walter de Office. It was back in 1326. It is preserved in the library of the Christ Church, Oxford. The gun was called a vasio from the Italian word for vase. The gunner is pictured in the act of firing the piece by inserting a red-hot iron into the vent. The projectile leaving the muzzle was a species of air known as a dart, or a coral. This gun has no carriage. It simply lies on a trestle table. Which here's a picture of it. I don't understand how people would shoot and how act it would be, but guess it worked for them. And we have the origins of gun culture. The origins of American gun culture trace back to the American Revolutionary War. Hunting, sporting ethos, and the militia frontier ethos that draw from the country's early history. The hunting and sports ethos has come from a time when the United States was an arcane, substantial nation where hunting was an auxiliary source of food for some settlers, and also a deterrence to animal predators. So basically, that was basically a rite of passage back then for males to go out and shoot. The gun has also been a symbol of power and masculinity. In popular culture, frontier adventure was most famously told by James Cooper, who is credited with creating the archetype of the 18th century frontiersman through such novels as Last Mohicans and The Deerslayer. In the late 1800s, cowboys and Wild West imagery entered the collective imagination. The first American female superstar, Annie Oakley, was sharpshooter who toured the country starting in 1885, performing in the Wild Buffalo Bills. Here's a picture of the guns back then. As you can see, there's a gentleman holding a gun who is about to go hunting. And here's Buffalo Bills Wild West. Picture of that and what they went around and did. There are many different gun control laws out there. I did Pennsylvania and Texas. I did Pennsylvania, well, that's because where I live, and Texas because they have one of the most strictest gun laws. In PA, you cannot have a machine gun, sawed-off shotgun, silent discharger. To be able to purchase a gun, you must have, to get a permit, you have to wait 48 hours to actually get a gun. People who can not have them are, of course, people under 18, or if you have reason to be convicted of a crime of violence, drug addiction, and if you get caught with it, it's a misdemeanor. Now in Texas, you cannot have a machine gun, short-barreled firearm, silencer. There's no waiting period to buy a gun. You cannot get a gun if you've been a convicted felon within 5 years of release. You cannot sell, release, rental, lease, or give a gift to a minor under 18 without parental consent. If you do or get caught with one without a permit, it's a felony. There are many different groups out there. One I did was the NRA, which is the National Rifle Association. They were established in 1975. It's the lobbying arm of the National Rifle Association of America's ILA is committed to preserving the right of all law-abiding individuals. They're a part of the Gun Control Act, and they really think that because of the Second Amendment right to bear arms, you can have guns, and that we should be allowed to have them. I did a group who doesn't think guns are such a good idea, which would be the Brady Bill, which is a organization. They claim that when there are more guns in the home, there are more deaths. Keeping a gun in the home raises the risk of homicide and also suicide. A gun in the home is more likely to be used in a homicide, suicide, or unintentional shooting that can be used in self-defense. Many children and teens live in homes with firearms. Now here I have different pictures and different statistics. There are firearms death rate per 100,000. As you see, the United States has the highest, which there are different types of guns. There's handgun, pistols, the most common types of guns, and there are semi-automatic and rifles. I can't say how I feel about this matter, but I hope that you guys enjoyed my speech, and I hope you want to look up more info on gun control. Thank you.